Second topic in our weekly news roundup, phishing with real bait. Yes, two major tech companies had scammers utilizing their own support systems in order to phish people's credentials. Who were they, you ask? Well, the first was PayPal. I think I've actually seen some of these because I'm pretty sure I got some of these because I get some of these. Now, it's to a PayPal address that I don't use. So it's to an email address that has no PayPal attached to it. So it's like, I know it's not legitimate, but I'm looking for this going, where's the scammer's email? This is totally legit. I'm pretty sure it was one of these. So PayPal apparently had a loophole. Now, they have since closed their loophole, but here's how it worked. They closed the loophole, allowing scammers to send emails from legitimate service@paypal.com email addresses. Basically, they sign you up for a service utilizing your email address that they have captured from some other source, and then they've canceled the service that they signed you up for because obviously they didn't have any payment stuff. This triggers your the official PayPal email. Like, this isn't scammers spoofing PayPal. This triggers actual PayPal to send an email to you. And the rub is, if this happened on an email address that you actually had tied to a PayPal account, you might actually get scammed by this and think, oh, wow, something's going wrong. Something's messed up with my account. Something is messed up. I got to get here and fix something. All right. So they say your automatic payment is no longer active, they say. You'll need to contact Sony USA for more details to reactivate your automatic payment. And here's the details. And now, the links in here may not be legit, and that's where they get you. Now, mine didn't have any other links in it, which made me totally more baffled. But here's what happens. They say there's a slight variance in formatting and phone numbers. Maybe there was a phone number in the one. I didn't see any links, but maybe there were phone numbers. In essence, they're all based on the same method to create urgency. They make the emails look as though the target had been charged for some high-end, expensive device. They also fake a PayPal support phone number, encouraging targets to call in case they wanted to cancel the payment that they had questions of. Of course, when you call the number because, oh, I wasn't charged this. What's going on with this? And the scammer will phish for your account credentials, and they'll basically be able to access your PayPal account. Now, the other company was Apple. Now, I did not see if Apple had closed this or not. This actually article came out a couple weeks ago. Dan sent it to me, so I wanted to read through this one. And this is effectively the same exact scam. So, phishing scam getting a lot of attention because it uses Apple's real support tickets to trick people into giving up their accounts. So, this is Broadcom's Eric Moret shared how he almost lost his entire Apple account. So the scheme stands out because scammers rely on Apple's own support system to make their messages look legitimate. They created an experience and felt polished and professional from start to the final phone call. Now, where this guy messed up is he answered the phone believing it was Apple calling him. So do not ever think Apple is going to call you. All right. But the gist of it is, he gets an email. He basically receives a number of alerts. And so this one here includes two-factor authentication notices. Within minutes, he got a phone call from calm, helpful callers who claimed to be Apple agents ready to fix the problem. That's his problem, as he picked up the phone. Apple's not calling you, okay? Like, if Apple won't help Paris right now, Apple ain't helping you, okay? Have a look at the video we did about Cloudy with a chance of data loss this week. It talks about a super high-end, popular Apple programmer who lost everything in Apple, and even Apple's executive support can't help him right now, okay? If he ain't getting help from Apple, you ain't getting help from Apple, okay? Scammers were able to exploit a flaw in the system, let anyone create a genuine support ticket without verification. So what happened is he ends up getting a bunch of triggered emails for failed MFA. And these were, the scammer got in there without authentication, spoofed his address, which they had because, some data broker sold it to him. And then they send out this information and he's like, whoa, there's a problem. So, then what happens is he gets a phone call. So as soon as he gets all these emails and they had some interaction, so he had to click and view the emails, and he had to interact with an email. Since this is from official Apple support, it didn't raise that many flags. So as soon as he triggered a click on the email, that alerted the scammers, because the click was from the scammer platform. It alerted the scammers that he's looking at it, so they call him on the phone. Wow, Apple just calls me. Let's get this resolved. Took him to a fake site, appeal.apple.com, page looked official, claims his account was being secured. Then it told him to enter the 6-digit code sent by text to finish the process, and that's where the fake site captured his MFA code. So once they got into the MFA code, now he noticed one extra little thing, and that is a little Mac Mini that he does not own got signed into a Mac, and that's when he knew it was a scammer, and he changed the password again and locked out every other device. All right, so this is a guy that if he didn't pay attention to this tiny little detail, he'd have lost it all. But his real error was that he picked up the phone when a scammer called him on the phone. And so you have to be extraordinarily vigilant with all this. Now, I had received an email from a client that somebody they knew lost a bunch of crypto stuff because of what they believe was a legitimate trigger to change the password. Changed the password, logs into the account, and finds the entire crypto account is empty. Is this that same type of account? In other words, are other companies, other big companies being spoofed in this exact same way? Are all of these companies using the similar third-party back-end support portal, which is somehow compromised, and right now the only two we know about right now are PayPal and Apple, or is that something else? I don't know, and I don't have the fine details to understand, so I gave her some general information to look for, but I didn't actually receive, I don't know if did the person click an email to change the password, or did that person log into the account directly? I don't know if that person had a separate phone conversation. I just don't know any of the details. I was only just told, got an email to change the password on a crypto account. He changed the password on the crypto account and lost all the cryptocurrency. That's the only details I had, and I didn't pry for a ton more. But this is a very similar principle that we see, and you have to be very, very careful about this, to the point where you have to be willing to let legitimate things occasionally slip through the cracks to prevent all of these types of things from getting in and finding their way onto your platforms and whatnot. So let me know your thoughts about all that in the comments down below.